Okay, Tess. Let me turn this down. Hello. Yes. Let me. Oh God, meteor happens. Yeah. Um, I, I battled I battled what was a 10-minute long Linux audio moment right moments before I was supposed to go live. I almost turned into the Joker. I almost turned in, people say turning into the Joker. They talk about people talk about this like you become the Joker whenever you face great adversity. This was my mic not being recognized until the fifth time I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and that fixed it. But oh, I am so rude of me. I forgot to say hello to the good people here. We already have the Joker here, and the hello. Let me switch to the OBS that is labeled Coden as it says, but we do not code in it sometimes. Sometimes we play games, and sometimes we read the Elder Scrolls wiki. That third one has not happened enough. But hello to A Squared. Welcome. Hello, hi, and yes, this is Slime Girl. We are Sly Girl Caverns. So this is this is a thing. This was a perhaps a stroke of genius by the so you have Slime Emacs, right? Like you have Slime Emacs, the superior Lisp interaction mode for Emacs. Slime Girl Caverns. This is Emacs itself really is somewhat like cavernous, so this is perhaps like true, but we also have Sylvester the Cat's common Lisp. Sylvester, this is the one I use. If you ask me the reason why, it is quite literally because if you go to here, you get cats on the top, and they say "hack and be merry." Like, what more could you ask for? So this is perhaps a case of also bug. Like as we've determined, cats equal bug. Like they are equal. Like we could evaluate as such that we could evaluate such that equal cat bug something like this. No, hold on. There we go. No. Hold on. We're we already did bug. Hold on. We will rectify this. Anyway, just trust me. Just tr- trust me. I fucked it up, but trust the process. Let me say hi. Let me say hi to the people of the world. Hello, yeah, A Squared. Hello. I've already said hi to A Squared, I believe, but hi again. Hello for four times within the first group of messages. Hello. Hello to Control O as well. Hello, Prodigypod. Oh shit, Bebop. We are literally shouting you out at the Snooze channel. What the hell is the Snooze channel? This sounds exciting. This sounds cool. I like the sound of this. The Snooze channel. This sounds comfy. Hello to me, who stated that A Squared believes in. Oh, that is the robotic me. That is me in the form of Haskell. Hello to Crazy Kitty, and Xor Xavier. Hello to both of you. Hello to A Squared and then Xor Xavier again, and Control O. I am the Joker. I am this is. Oh, this is exciting. We have the Joker in the flesh. I've been thinking about the Joker. I've been thinking about the Joker for a couple of not days really. I'm not gonna lie, not even a couple of hours. Like we could say a couple 30 minutes. Yeah, this sounds like something. For a couple of minutes. I have been a few passing moments. Yes. For a handful of the mini sand grains of time that we are given on this planet. For but a handful of those, but for a handful of blinks of the eyes, or you know, flapping of the wings of a butterfly. Like I have been thinking about the Joker and just sort of like, I guess you would say, the cultural impact of the, and this was actually, I think, due to a message in the cyberspace channel on Discord slash. Can we actually shout out? Can we say hello to can we say shout out? Yes. Although I am sure we are all who are here are aware of this channel, but we shall still do the shout out because it's fun to shout out. It's fun to shout out people as well. But a wisp of sand set aloft into the air by a light breeze. You know, this is what they call a regular Thursday in the bug zone. It being a wisp of sand. This is, to a freak like me, that's just Thursday. But yeah, I've been thinking about the Joker because of a message I saw talking about we gotta get poetic in here. This is, we actually do. We have to get straight poetic. Can we go to your blog poetry? Here we go. When summer's starting and we are eating strawberries, you kiss me, and it is sweet. When rain is pouring and bed is so inviting, in your arms I feel complete. When times are trying and life is falling out of balance, I am glad that we did meet. When summer's ending and there are no more strawberries, you kiss me, and it is sweet. LMAO, that was a speed run, very specific poem lookup. Yeah, this is inspired. This is an hello Tayumisi as well. Welcome. I need to make the colon 3 redemption do something. Do some sort of assertion that I am here, I am present, I am listening. But yes, this is a very specific one because I remember trying to learn about the River Window Manager. I remember this, and I remember something I do. I always go to the blog section because I want to see if they have an RSS feed and if it's been updated in the past at least 3 years. So I click this, right? And I'm reading through some information about it. And this kind of poetry. I was like, poetry? What? Poetry. And because I do not see this very often on blogs of tech blogs, especially tech blog sound like, and that sounds like a gross phrase to say. I think I see the words tech blog and I think to myself a DigitalOcean article that's build your next app with Svet, and the word tech is kind of they have taken our great word. This, you see, whenever I think of the word tech, I think of either, and perhaps betraying myself here, but the first thing that comes to mind is I think of Fallout 1 specifically, and the Brotherhood of Steel and things like that. I don't know why that's I hear the word tech, it my brain autofills pre-war, but before that, and I'm thinking back in Fallout lore and duking it out in the minds of I kind of missed the Overton window for No Mutants Allowed by being ever so slightly too young to really capitalize on it. But I used to read it and be like, man, these people knew what was up. These people knew what was up. This is a good freaking game. And then I played Fallout New Vegas, and it's it's one of the best games ever. Hello, Yellowberry HN. Welcome, and is it, so I wonder, is it ba or boo 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 boo? I don't know this. I really don't. What we do? Oh, I am glad you asked. We've been reading poetry written by the great authors of the River Window Manager. But yeah, so I found this and there's a feed.xml, by the way, so I was right about that. Too bad the um last update was like close to a year ago, which is sad. But yeah, I thought this person, they write poetry and they have a really good blog. Since the former is that's what I think in my head. I think slime girl. Oh, this is yes, not slime girl, sly girl. Caverns. So this is actually due to the existence of the Sylvester the Cat's common lisp eyed for Emacs. I don't really know what the LY stands for here. Like S is obviously Sylvester. Do we have that in the docs? Or do they just tell us that it's a fork of slime? You know, I kind of, part of me wants to use slime because like one, on the one hand, like look at this, like look at this, like look at this. Can we? That just looks so cool. That looks so cool. That looks like something like straight, like, straight from like a school science fair. Like this makes me want to like mix dry ice and chemicals and stuff. Like things like that. I think like school science fairs. I also like the word slide. Like it's just it's quite exciting. But we go slime mode here. Oh well, that's too small. We need medium. Oh fuck, worm. Oh no, this is. Oh yeah, we have worm now. We have worm. It exists in redeem mode, so that I need to convert the other things to redeem modes. But yeah, they have cool as hell slime girls. L colon pop. Oh, oh no. All right. So, oh, hello. So, so today's today's stream. Oh, it flat. Oh, the flickering is fucked up. Oh, that's not good. The No, the worm is a persistent state. We are not escaping this, unfortunately. This is we've been cursed. We've been cursed. Not persistent forever, but it's inescapable. Once it begins, it must run its course to some degree. So yeah, I think today what we're going to do is learn how you can use, something like, what do they call these? MLMs? LLM, that is the word. We will learn how to use, we will learn how to use large language models
Meow meow
to
meow 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 meow
oh
meow
fuck
meow 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 colon free 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 colon
colon
free
three
colon
colon
free
three
colon
colon
free
three
colon
colon
free
three
colon free
oh it
colon
is
free colon free
oh it
colon
is
free
blasting
colon
my
free colon free
eardrums oh
colon
no
free colon 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 free colon
this
free
is
colon free
exciting
colon free colon free colon free colon free colon free colon free
oh
colon free
okay
colon
we're
free
so back
colon
we're
free
so fucking
colon free
back
colon free colon free emro tilde emro tilde emro tilde emro
hello
tilde emro
L
tilde
colon
emro
Q
tilde
welcome
emro tilde emro tilde emro tilde emro
is the
tilde
sound
emro tilde
generating because
emro
it said
tilde emro tilde emro tilde emro
unbridled
tilde emro
chaos
tilde
to some
emro tilde
degree
emro tilde emro tilde colon
Rotilda.
332
Okay, it's
VSXTMR power
activating.
NIR.
Okay, it does act Naya. I like how it ends like Naya. It sounds like like when people say like like Haya. Okay, that's enough cat for now. Indeed, this is the cat is a rather never enough cat. This is what I say. Th- this is what I say as well. It's never enough cat. Uh, oh, the high command. We're reaching the point where I've forgotten the commands that are existent within my own like. I'm beginning to. What do they call this? It's like technical debt, something like that, where the thing itself begins to outgrow, like, the that the monster, the Frankenstein's monster of the multitude of things begins to outgrow like the understanding of its creator. This is me with trying to remember what the hell like the different words do. What if it was technical gold instead? We are creating a creature and then abandoning it. Oh no, we're not doing that. We're not. We're doing the revisionist Frankenstein where we create a creature and it fears fire. We're doing that. I the actual OG like Frankenstein. Okay. This is a thing. This is a thing. This is actually hold on. This is very. It is fucked up. It is fucked up. It's one of my favorite books, but it is fucked up. This exists. This exists. I'm sure many know this exists, but uh, Junji Ito's Frankenstein, the best I think adaptation of Frankenstein that's not the original Frankenstein that I've read. It's certainly the only one that actually seems to follow the book to any significant degree. And it's good, but like Dr. Frankenstein in it is like very very handsome as well. But I shall. It is kind of like Fujoshi coded. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit. It feels very. I remember reading it, and then I have a friend who is, who is a guy. Guys, indeed, yes. This is the case. It is. It feel like I was reading it. I'm like, this feels as if it would become, like this feels as if like it would make the premise for a good yaoi. That's that. Like Frankenstein and then like Dr. Frankenstein and then his assistant whose name I cannot remember. I cannot recall his name. I hope that they're very happy together. But yeah, it's a favorite of mine. It's a favorite. I freaking love Frankenstein. Although probably my favorite love triangle yaoi. If that phrase came out of my mouth, I think I would never speak again. Oh, I think about this often with many of the things I say. Like sometimes I speak and I'm like, damn, what the hell do I say? But then I watch like a Northern Lion video and he says something like what was the one? Like the one most recently I think that I saw was like he's like, did you hear that like Hassan is going to Chungus, Ohio to beat up the original Skibidi toilet or something to that nature. And I think of this. I'm like, you could say words. You could just open your mouth and let the words flow like glossolalia, and hope your message is received. And if it is rejected, hope that you are vindicated by future generations. I guess. You know, the this is the way. Gleep, blop, bloop. Uh, Glitch, booed. Alien object. Oh, so true. This is true. So true. Anyway, what the heck are we doing today? We've read poetry, so that was, you know, that was the garden path, the rabbit hole, as they say. What the freak is? What do we have in blog? What do we have in blog? The Oh yes, I remember now. I recall now. I recall there were words I had stated. Yeah, we're kind of at the final days. The perhaps not as advertised as Haskell freaking January was, but the real ones know what's up, as they say, with February C, the secret, the hidden holiday that is permeated throughout, like known by millions but spoken by not. Well, it's been spoken. I don't think I don't think as actively, but the metaphor is falling apart. But we kind of are on the soliday. This is indeed the case. February C. I think there were like 4 or 5 of us all kind of just doing C around the same time. It's been exciting. We kind of are nearing the end of this, and I'm like, I don't know, fuck it. March is coming up. What starts with March? And the first thing that popped in my head was like MATLAB March, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But it's probably we're back on Wayland, so it's probably Meta Object March. It's probably Meta Object March is the not Mat. Yeah, yeah. No, that it's not that. It's not that. It's I think it was like the first thing that entered like it entered my mind like lightning and was though is good. Meta objects are it's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Especially um, art of the meta object protocol. Yes, this is the case. I own this book. I do own it. AMOP, the like whatever a book looks like this, you know these are people. This is not book picture. This is whenever you get a book and it looks like this, and the example program in the back says it was written by the Knights of the Lambda Calculus. Like you know you're in for a good go. I still need to probably read more of it, but you seem to own all the cool books and also all the cool vinyl records. Oh, I do. I wish I owned them all. I have quite a few, I think. I have far less because I've downsized significantly from moving, but I used to be a bit of a collector of books and also records. These are my physical pieces of physical media, I guess. This is where they, you know, where I have dumped my finances to some degree. Not dumped per se, like it's been a steady collection over time. And I'm one of those people that like even as a kid, like whenever I got gifts still, like for holidays, I never really knew what I wanted. Like I don't have like a lot of things I desire, but books and music kind of were like they fit the bill. They fit the bill. So it's quite exciting. And if you ask like people from a prior generation for like a vinyl copy of an album from like their era, it gives you something to talk about. I think like books as well to some degree. Oh, that's the other thing is to this day my mom still will just buy books for me in the hopes. I feel somewhat bad. I feel somewhat guilty because I do not always uh, perform the task which is implicitly requested, which is I'm buying this book because I want you to read it and then tell me your thoughts on it. I do not always do this in a timely manner, but if she really likes a book, I'll just get an Amazon package like at my door, and she'll be like, "Hey, I sent you something. Try to read it when you get the chance." It is very sweet of her. It is very kind. I do the same thing back as well. I've done it a handful of times. Although she's very much of a read on the Kindle, so it's a bit more difficult to do. But yeah, it's that, and then like the vinyls. You ask somebody from like a prior like like a prior generation, or I guess even this generation, but like to get you an album that was like a bit of like probably like a cultural touchstone in like that like genre of music around that was popular around that time, they will be very excited. They will be very excited. I I did this with Weezer. I did this with a Weezer album. I requested it as a gift from a family member who I know was in kind of like in the 90s, like in their early 20s and stuff, and it became it became a nice thing to talk about for a brief moment, because they were like, oh, that's one of my favorite albums from like uh back back in the day. Well, they didn't say back in the day. I think I but I said back in the day, but I don't know. It's quite exciting. It gives it's a nice little conversation piece. For some reason, I often find I much prefer conversation with people older than me. I've always been like this. I I had always kind of been like this. For me, it was the sort of it's definitely improved over the years, but I've always been a bit of a bit of a whenever it comes to socialization, like a bit of an an odd one out to some degree whenever it comes to that sort of thing. And I found it way easier to like converse and like relate to people that were either like you know, like older than me, or people who were like literal like my younger cousins, like whenever I was like probably, I don't know, like what, 17 or whatever, and they were like 8, would, you know, tell me about Five Nights at Freddy's, and like that was all, because that's entertaining as hell. If that's an like if you hear someone like enthusiastically talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, you don't even have to like Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I know next to nothing about the lore, but it is like, it's a thing. It's a People don't fuck around with Five Nights at Freddy's whenever they like it. This is, you know, this is so it's always exciting to listen to. Like, even if you do not have a stake in the game, I at least I think so. At least I think so. Like, I don't know what the hell Golden Freddy is. This was the hot topic. The Bite of '87. I'm vaguely aware of this, but like even if you don't have a stake in the FNAF lore, the people who do will proselytize it to you in such a way that, you know, it's like hearing, it's like watching a documentary. Like, obviously, you have no, you know, no stake in things that like the thing that happened in the past. Like, it's already happened, but it is nice. It is nice to hear. But perhaps this is just a me thing. Perhaps this is just a me thing, to some degree, whenever it comes to FNAF in particular. But people do not fuck around. That and SCPs. That's the other one I would say. I have a friend who straight up just read an SCP off to me, like one of the articles, and it took probably a solid hour and a half. I just sit there, listened, engaged. I'm like, this is good. This is like Wikipedia reading, but fake. You know, you know, but falsehood. Um, Although, like, I guess if I read them, like, if like SCPs were a huge thing whenever I was younger, or if I were more aware of them and I read them, I probably would have thought they were real, and it would have scared the hell out of me. But that's, I don't know. This is because of overactive imagination. Like, I remember I read a Dungeons and Dragons like monster manual whenever I was like very young, and I, for whatever reason, I'm like, whoa, these things are so scary to read about. What if they were real? And I'm like, oh God, someone wrote about them. They might be real, and it scared the hell out of me. It was a terrifying, you know, terrifying experience. But such is the way. Such is the way. This is, you know, this is this is the case with things. But yeah, we are. I think we're doing Meta Object March. I think that is, you know, because we will be doing Wayland, and that is sort of what it is starting to lend itself toward. Is it works well with objects. Mom indeed. Meta. Wait. So you know, people say March Madness. Like, I think this is a football thing, but if it's Meta Object March, Mom Madness, Mom Madness. This is. I think this is what we'll call it. Mom Madness. Yeah, this seems rather Mom Madness. But yeah, it's rather exciting. This is the, you know, this is the you know, as one era of history ends, the new one begins. As we leave the primordial soup of, well, I don't, Haskell was rather like, not, I guess not in like a comparative way of quality, but like in a comparative way of slots of time. We were, well, that's whenever the meteor happened. The great accidental deletion. So that was more of like a Triassic period, I believe, and we enter, you know, the anthropic era of C. We create language. Now we enter a new age. But yeah, this is, it's going to be exciting. I'm all in on Wayland until I can't go all in anymore, because it hurts my brain, and I forget what I'm doing again, and then drop it for another 4 months, and see Fade ask me, how's the Wayland project going, and me being too terrified, taking it all the way. Like, yeah, no, so true. This is so true, so true. Literally, this is the plan. I think we're close with client side stuff. Like, it's a little fucked up, but it works? Question mark. It works? Question mark. I'll have to write tests for like a test suite for it, but I'm just going to re-implement the Wayland test suite, but in Lisp. I've already done a little bit of that, but yeah, that's the thing. We also in March we have the, you know, I had mentioned a March mystery to complement the one in February. I think the original plan was I did want to do like a monthly one. Uh, Months after March may be delayed until I move because starting March I really gotta focus on the moving plans, which unfortunately means less time for doing cool things like making puzzles and things like that. So that I don't know, but like once I move, that should be out of the way. But yeah, that kind of on that similar note. Congrats on the move though. I still don't know where. I still don't know where, but it is going to happen. It is right around the corner in some regard. It is. I think. I think I've got it figured out mostly. And then places are going to begin like offering leases come April that I can start looking into. Like securing like something for like once this lease is up, and then I shall be dearly departed from the great state of Texas, as they say. I shall yeehaw no more. I shall yeehaw no more. Really, really, just good public transit would be cool as hell too. But yeah, that kind of on that note, the stuff for March may be delayed by like a few days. I don't know. Sadly, because I have the code for it complete. Like I have the programs that are going to back it complete, but what is not complete is the quote unquote the quote unquote the content. I guess you know the content is also a strange word these days. I saw a YouTube recommendation that said the ethics of content, and I'm just like, damn, you can't say anything these days. You can't say content. You can't say tech. This is everything's a buzzword. Everything is a buzzword these days. It is like they're gonna run out of words to like turn into like startup or like Sigma grindset. We have to speak in bug tone. This is the case. This is uh, I have sleep bore sus wait sus buzzword is a bug coded word. Yeah, I'm tired of buzzwords. Let's get started with like bug words. Like we have I refer for this reason I refer to contents as like the immateria of like concepts. It's always a concept. We do already have some good bug words. This is the case. This this we need a bug lang. So we sort of have that. I mean, we sort of if we go into CD. I mean, this is sort of something. It says bug on the REPL. It says bug on the REPL. Like, when you see that, you're in for a good time. You know you and that it perhaps is a bit of a premonition as well, because there are still quite a bit of bugs in it. But look, we can do some cool stuff. We can add. We can subtract. We can do negative numbers. We can do strings. We can do strings. See, we can do strings. We can do symbols. We can do symbols. Like, look at that. Look at that. We can even do we can do errors. We can do errors. We don't have the vision, but we have an error that tells us we don't have the vision. add symbols, strings. Yeah, this is if look, I'll look. I'm not saying it's the best thing in the world. I'm not saying that this is revolutionary technology, but if you know someone who needs to add together two integers or more, or needs a string or a symbol, like send them my way. Send them my way. I got just the thing for them. You know, um, as long as they don't need floating point arithmetic. We're not going to talk about floating point arithmetic. Not this is yes, this is the forbidden word. The forbidden word. I wonder. I wonder if you can. Are you going to do soft? So I have no clue what I'm going to do with floats. I have no clue. Big int is better than floats anyway. This is the case. I think the this is what I say. I care. I believe it was an Exo Drifter stream. That I believe it was Exo Drifter, but I could be wrong. I was watching a stream. I was watching a stream in software and game development. And someone mentioned I'm just not going to support floats, and I was like, this is a bit of a way. Like whoever it was, they said I'm not going to support floats because I don't want to deal with that, and I was just like, this is actually genius. You could just choose to that. You could just choose to say don't use floats. Although like I feel like you can do some like if you do have like float support there, you can do some like fun like NAN boxing for like the dynamic typing, and that it would be fun to get my hands into that because that's not something I have a lot of experience with. But you know, this is. I think it would. I think it would be rather fun. It would be. It would be fun. This is actually what what do you call it? Tiny Lisp. Tiny Lisp, I think, is the name of it. Can we go to Tiny Lisp? That's how they do things. Yeah, Lisp and 99 lines of C. This is it. I saw people on the hacker news website discussing. Oh yeah, this is a piece of hot discourse on the hacker news website. They were like, well, it's not actually 99 lines. Well, it is actually 99 lines, but there was debate as to whether or not this qualifies because of the tricks that are done in it. But like, I guess there is to some degree a point of like, can you really count some of these as lines? But I mean, hey, the text file counts them as 99 lines. I'm inclined. Either way, it's impressive as hell. But yeah, that's how they do it. They do some wacky boxing. I think that they do a scheme type. They're not even super long. This is what I was thinking. Like, I'm like, these aren't horrible. But people are. I was reading this, and I think because I was looking for information about how to do like low level Lisp stuff, and like I was reading the comments hoping for additional resources, but what I encountered was people arguing about whether or not every line like semicolon should occur on a separate line and how many lines this would be if you did that, and then stating it's not really 99 lines of C as a result of this. But I mean they put it on a freaking calculator is the cool thing. Can I find? Yeah. I believe that this one is the one that runs on a calculator. I don't know why the oh, it's because I'm in source. There we go. Yeah, this. Oh, Pocket Computer, not a calculator. HM would argue about that. This is, yeah, I forget sometimes that it's just, it's like, at times it feels like a mix between, like Reddit, but at the same time, like, an IRC, like, room that is at times incredibly toxic, and then at other times, like, very cool, like, in terms of kind of, like, the back and forth, like, it's an interesting mix. This is the case, but there's some cool as hell stuff there. This one well received, but also received with debate as to whether or not it was actually impressive. I think um, that was the other thing, is people were like, "What's the point of this?" And I mean, if you ask me, like the point is it's cool as hell. But that may be my personal take. What's the point to any of this? I guess you could begin to query. But yeah, this kind of is the project that got me. This kind of is the project that got me going on the list, or one of the ones that got me started with the I want to run Lisp in like Kimu. Quemu. I actually do not know the way this is pronounced. I only read it. I cannot remember the last. I can't remember how it was said the last time I saw it, but I'm gonna say Kimu. That sounds about right. This was one of the things that intrigued me. I saw this. I was intrigued, and so I was like, I want to try and implement this, but I wound up doing something, I guess, that's not as much like NAN boxing and just does more like structured union style, more like C object style, I guess. But I don't know. It's pretty cool. It's a little fucked up, but we'll iron it out. We'll iron it out whenever memory is actually a thing that has to be contended with to some degree. But it hasn't happened yet, which is weird. I'm just like, oh, this thing just kind of chugs along. This is crazy. But anyway, yeah, that is. I don't know. It's exciting. We are. Anyway, we have a freaking success story finally. Hi, hello, Kinski Unplugged. Welcome, hi gamer. Welcome in, gamers. All right. Welcome in today, gamers. Today I think we will be playing some Path of Exile 2. You know, this game just came out. I'm very excited to play it. I was a huge fan of the first one. All right, so we're gonna get started with the character creation. So go. I watched Path of Exile. I've never played Path of Exile 2, but I did watch a video on it earlier today. Um, I watch, I watch probably an embarrassing amount of videos of video game analyses, but they are, I don't know, I pop them on in the background or in the early morning as I work. As I work, it's quite exciting. Draw. My we don't have draw. We do have fortune. We do have fortune though. We do have fortune, which I think is the exact same almost. Yeah. No niche. Yeah. Rest. Oh no. Oh no. That is true. That is sad. Oh, rip to draw. We have, or I think we have a fortune. Ask again later. Um, Currently trying to roll my own OBS WebSocket controller in C# because Godot. Um, you can use. Oh, what is the perk thing? Oh, what is the perk thing? This is. The. Oh, this is cool. Oh, currently suffering. It's for Noitua, I think. Oh no, I need to play more Noita. It was rather entertaining. I liked it quite a lot. I need a session. That's what I need. I need a gamer session in my life. That'll probably happen tomorrow. It's Friday. But I've been playing too much Outward. I've been playing so much freaking Outward with a friend. But the WebSocket stuff, this is exciting. OBS WebSocket controller, because Godot. This is actually exciting. I haven't messed with the OBS side of WebSocket. This thing is run, I think, currently by like the Twitch WebSocket client. I'm using Lisp on the JVM. I'm using Lisp on the JVM. I am using Clojure for this. Bug stops, as we call it. But it's rather fucked up here because I think the bug is controlled by C, the C programming language. The IRC is Haskell, and then I have Clojure doing the WebSocket protocol. It's all kind of fucked up. Switch over to Arch for stream. Oh wait, this is exciting. Oh, um this is really exciting. This is I wish you the best of luck on that. But I think this has potential for greatness. I know Crazy Kitty uses Hyperland during streaming as well, and there is a good deal of Godot stuff running in on that, but I do not know the the guts of it, I guess. But it's Arch is, Arch is cool as hell. It was my first distribution. I didn't have internet for 2 days. I didn't have internet for 2 days. It was because I forgot to download like Network Manager and it was on a laptop, and I'm like, okay. And then, I knew nothing about computers or Linux for that matter whenever I did this, and I was trying to fix it and accidentally deleted like the boot, and I couldn't, you know. I'm glad I only had it for 2 days. Is all I'm gonna say, because I could not boot back into it. I'm like, I did something very bad. I did something very bad, and I don't know what. Ormandy. Okay, I've deleted the boot folder, I think, on every computer I've owned. This is a thing that just occurs because I always fuck up the loader. How? Okay. So this is actually uh this is that's happened once. That's happened one time. Not that hard to fix, tbh. You see, this is the case. I think for me it was difficult due to a lack of experience. Gentoo was probably the most egregious. And this occurred because I had incorrectly entered something into the grub config. I was using Lux partitioning, or like Lux for my partition, and I entered the wrong thing into the grub like config, and I was trying to rectify it. And I somehow I ended up booting because I was dual booting at this time. I ended up booting into no, I booted into the installation image. That was it. And I tried to delete the prior boot because it said that it was like there was too much stuff in it because I had rerun the config too many times, and it was like, oh, it's out of memory. And so I deleted it, right? Or yeah, the prior like bootloader, I guess. Like I was in the USB. I was just trying to like remove the folder and like reinstall like grub from scratch. I was fairly inexperienced at this time, so you have to understand. I was, what did they say? Like flying by the seat of my, was it like seat of my pants? Is that the term? That sounds weird. I think that's the term though. But I was I was just I was going at it having no clue what I was doing. I tried to delete like grub from like the install image. Don't ask me why. Okay, this is this is kind of terrifying. This is somewhat terrifying in and of itself that it is seat of my pants. That what a strange turn of phrase to enter the lexicon. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna delete grub. I deleted the wrong boot folder. I deleted it for the other thing I was dual booting at the time, which was like my stable like Arch install, and I was like, oh, that's the incorrect one. And so like that was one instance. Arch was just more so. Yeah, Mount did the wrong guy. This was the case. This was indeed what happened. I think probably the biggest bootloader woe though came from NixOS. I think like switching over to Nix, and I don't know what the hell I did wrong, but I somehow set it to like uh, I forget what it's called, but the like MBR like boot record or what have you. I had accidentally set like I was not in UEFI, and my bootloader could not be found unless the USB was plugged in. I have no clue what was going like um or no, the bootloader could be found. It was like the operating system could not be found unless I plugged in the installation USB like while I turned on the computer. And this persisted for about a week, I think. And then I realized the error of my ways, and like because of a typo, and I'm like, oh, Um, uh, oh well, this was on Nix OS, so I could not even edit the FS tab. This was the issue. I don't even think I had it like in a way that was readable. It just said auto generated at the top like of the file, but I couldn't really make out like it didn't look like a normal FS tab. This was this was kind of like a bit of a fresh hell. I was like, what did I do wrong and how did I do it wrong? I think that was and this was some time ago, so I feel like the documentation is probably a bit better now, but at the time I was like it felt very you're on your own to some degree. Like trying to figure out what might have gone wrong. It was a bit of a nightmare. It was a bit of a nightmare, but yeah, there were those times, and then I did RMRF boot. I RMRF the root on my Geeks machine once, trying to create a program to like load into like the initramfs. I accidentally deleted everything but my home directory, which wasn't too bad because it's Geek, so like you have like the persist like you can persist like based on like the old builds of it, but that happened while I was running the system. It started deleting everything, and I was like, I was trying to like type something like, or I tried to open it. At This really is the case. This really is the case. I was a little too freewheeling. But yeah, I think the issue with this was the place I had put it, because I wanted it to run like kind of whenever the initial like file system was mounted. But the way I had the program structured, it just ran because I had defined it as I believe, a variable rather than a function because Guile scheme syntax versus common Lisp syntax will poke my brain the wrong way sometimes. So I had accidentally defined it as a variable. And so since it was a variable, it was just evaluated. It was just evaluated the moment the code ran. And I was like, why are none of my keys working? Why is nothing working? What is going on? And then eventually I restarted my computer and it was like, there is no computer here anymore. Whenever I opened it back up and I'm like, oh no, what have I done? That happened. That happened. It happened, and it was like I even if I tell it now, I'm like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I remember asking on the Geeks IRC if there was a way.
Meteor happens. Meteor happens.
Oh, indeed, Meteor does happen. No, I remember asking on the Geeks IRC if there was a way to like run something like on boot, and they were just like, probably not. And I was like, I wish I would have asked this ahead of time, so I could have just gotten the straight up no. This isn't really Well, they said there's a service like that runs before everything else, but I was like, I don't care that much. I don't care enough anymore. Though deep down I still do care. I care quite a bit, which is its own thing. It is my white whale of sorts. But so is Wayland. Which we finally made a success in. We've made. Can we actually go to... So for those who were here last time, welcome, hello Threadmeter, welcome. I hope you're well. Bugcat indeed. This is the new command on the block, as they say. The new incantation. The curse, a curse of sorts, a plague upon. Oh, not in that form. We have it as in the reverse. You see, this is a play. This is a inversion of the question of are cats bugs, and or not the question, but the assertion that cats are bugs. In like kind of like in the reverse of that, we could say that if bugcat is a bug, then perhaps if we defined a attack gub, as they say, as it says in the redemption itself, attack gub. This is perhaps the antithesis to being a bug. That's how That's how opposites work. Uh, it is not a command though. It is a redeem. The command is still the hidden word, the secret word that shan't be uttered. But I believe XR Xavier has a copy of. Oh no. All right. So, anyway, today we are going to explore the world of tech. The we're going to. I need to fix the flashing. We are going to explore the. We will become the 10x dirt developer, as they say. I freaking love dirt. I do freaking love dirt, but it's like trying to escape. It is the image of like there's images where you'll have somebody who like it'll be like somebody sitting there and like they have like like they turn into a wolf. Am I making this up? Am I making this up in my mind? Is this a thing that actually exists? But like, like, and they're like, no, I know what I'm thinking of. I know what I'm thinking of. I know what I'm thinking of. Can we? Nicest guy you've ever met, or twisted psychopath. I believe that this is it. Yeah, yeah, this is it. Like these style where you say I have two sides, the nicest guy you'll ever meet, or twisted fucking psychopath. I think of it like this. I don't know who this is, but this is not the original image even. But I think of this term. Yeah, I'm either the nicest bug you'll ever meet, or a twisted fucking psychopath, as they say. But yeah, we what in the chat if you're a twisted fucking psychopath? BRB, need a snack. Have a good snack. Have a good snack. Have a good snack. Also, thread muters. What is the project? What is the project? 'Cause this is exciting. Projects are always exciting. Speaking of projects, on the home front of Wayland, we finally have not fucked up. So if you recall, if those who were there in the prior incantation of this, I struggled. I just had to reset the REPL. That's all I had to do. It should work now. It should just straight up work. Can we just error? Oh, I forgot to load the file. It should work. Error. Yeah, that sounds about right. That's how my life be like, as they say. But can we actually load the file so that we don't have an error? Can we go to the small out.list? Can we load? Thank you. Warning conditions. At least it's not an error condition. But yeah, would you freaking look at that? We have output. We have output, and this is not just any output. This is output that we can, if we cd, if we a.out right here, we can actually validate these against each other. And this is kind of, I think, debug information, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is debug. But yeah, we look at and global is the name of the function it's calling. So this is similar to the C program. If we look at the C program right here, I think it's just, yeah, fuck.c. This one is straight from the Wayland book, straight from binding the globals. Straight from the horse's mouth, as they say. I don't know what the hell does that even mean? Like horses talking? Is this it? This is a weird turn of phrase as well. But yeah, it's straight up from this page space is deliberately left blank. This is the case because we are not removing any globals. Horses are apparently... What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Untrustworthy. They walk around, they eat carrots. insanely evil demon ghost. I am inclined to disagree. I'm inclined to disagree. I think shout out the horses indeed. Shout. Can we actually do that? Can we? Is this? Um. Thank you to horses. We should make horses out of uranium so that horses get radiation sickness. You see, I'm pro horse. I'm terrified of them. The first time I saw a horse like in the flesh, it scared the hell out of me. I was like, oh, this thing's big as hell. What the hell? It scared me, but I like the idea. I like that they can do that thing with their face where they look like they're, you know, they look like they're about to tell you they look like they're about to tell you like a funny joke of sorts. They look like they're about to tell like, you know, like conduct humor. Is I guess the way you would describe it. Like they make this face. I find them quite. I find them quite pleasant personally. But this may just be me. But yeah, on the kind of on the note of this, so we have we can validate these two against each other to know that we are doing the correct thing, and we kind of are. We kind of are. We kind of are, and this is, you know, exciting. I haven't tried, but they note at the bottom here, if we swap out these two so I can actually read it, feel free to reference the previous chapters to interpret this program. I don't need to know or reference the previous chapters because this is hell implementing, and now I know it too well. I know it too. I know more about it than I wish I ever did. But let's see. We connect to the display, and then we obtain a registry, add a listener to it, and then round trip. Let's see. So we did try it ourselves, right? This chapter is the last time we're going to show wire protocol dumps in hexadecimal, and probably the last time you'll ever see them in general. A better way to trace your Wayland client or server is to set Wayland debug variable in your environment to 1 before running your program. Try it now with the globalist program. I like how they make me excited to try it. So if we try it with this, like if we try it with the C output, like if we do that, we do get a lot of debug information. Can I actually clear? Thank you. Wait, that didn't clear. How does clear? Clear? Did we clear? Is this not? That's not how clear works. Is this Emacs? Is this an Emacs moment? I guess an eat terminal moment. We support bugs here. This is sort of is the case. If you look at the way some of the stuff is implemented, you know, I think they do too. This is a fucking thing. This is a fucking thing, actually. Speaking of, there was a race condition that existed in Wayland after, I think it was with EGL Wayland that was made by NVIDIA. They implemented I guess you would say like a race condition of sorts where two objects will request the same interface at the same time. Yeah, this one was a fatal. I could not stream. I think it took me. Let me see if I can find the original file. Can I do? OBS. This is it. This was hell for me. This was like existing in the belly of the beast. I think there's a gap in my, like, whenever I was trying to stream, there was just a gap where I did nothing. And this was the source of it. Can we start having this issue? Let's see. Yeah. They have, here it is. Here it is. Firefox does violate the Wayland protocol, and due to its crashing, can we find the actual like source of the issue? I had to pin kernel to 6.10 and NVIDIA to 555 until recently, where I was able to update the latest kernel and NVIDIA drivers. You see, I don't have NVIDIA in this computer. I don't have NVIDIA in this computer, and so like I was like, why do I have to suffer for this? For this, but suffer I did. Turns out the issue is that EGL Wayland is just enabled by default, even if you don't have NVIDIA. Like, if something you run depends on it, yeah, it will enable it. So what I had to do was run. I think this was the thread that had me figure out the solution. Can we go to explicit? Yeah, EGL Wayland code always sets up explicit sync for a window, but then does not set explicit sync points. Let's see. Looks like a bug, but I can barely grasp the code. Can we grasp the code? No, that is the yeah, it sets up the explicit sync. Like, this is a thing it just kind of does. And then what you have to do, load more. This is perhaps after. What I ended up having to do is there's a disable explicit sync flag. But yeah, this is it. It's a queuing error, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is it. Set acquire, so releasing and then attaching. But where's the... My savior existed in here somewhere. This is it. Yeah, you have to enable this flag to get it to work. And I had to run OBS with this for quite some time until it was finally fixed. But yeah, I mean, the explicit sync does nothing, I think, unless you have, like, you're using NVIDIA. Like, it actually does nothing, but it still runs the code and would... that's the thing, is it wouldn't just... Because of the, like, architecture of Wayland, it would not just crash OBS. It would crash the entire compositor. Like, everything would go under from this, and it was kind of a nightmare. But such is the way. It's been resolved now. Like, thank God. I love when the compositor crashes. This is it rarely happens. Isn't this what Wayland? So Wayland was supposed to... This is where we get into the good question of, is Wayland good? Is Wayland a good alternative? I think what it was primarily intended to solve was the issues of having everything. No software is good. I'm somewhat inclined. It's fun, perhaps. I think about this sometimes. Like, if there weren't problems to work on, like, if there weren't problems to work on, like, what would I do? Well, like, what would I do with my time? Like, I guess, like, if like Wayland just worked how features, this is true. There is much to be done. This is true. I think the place I stand on Wayland currently, like, my 2 cents, given I know little things, I know very little things about the actual nature of, the underlying architecture of X11, because I used it so briefly in my life versus Wayland. But I believe, like, one of the big things with X11, like, one of the big issues is kind of like security. Like, there's a lot more, like, security vulnerabilities there, which makes sense as well, I guess, with the much larger code base. Wayland tries to solve this by putting all of the like, onus on the compositor itself, but then this creates an issue of, you have all of these, key logging, I think was like a big one that I think was discussed. Like, you can, like, one window can key log another, and this is not necessarily possible in Wayland. Running X Wayland is really handy, except for security. It really is handy. Like, you start to notice kind of like the cracks in Wayland as you try to do things that are... I think OBS, like, displays this as well, because you kind of have two modes with it. You have show my entire screen or show nothing on the screen. Like, you can do one or the other, but you can't do show this specific sandboxed application unless, of course, I think if you run it through X11, you can do that, like through X Wayland, but then that begins to defeat the purpose to some degree. But yeah, we do have this. I wonder if, so if we set the flag, like it mentions here before we run our program, like if we go to the top of the list file, can we reliably print the debug information as well? So it's just, all right, let's see. We probably want to do it in the package, actually, so that we don't set. Do we just, is it just set env? No. That's not SB POSIX. This is, no, this is UIOP. Right? What the hell? Oh, UIOP OS. Okay. Oh, that's get env still. Name value override. Alright, let's actually look at this one then. This can't be right. I feel like, because I feel like I'm remembering, I'm remembering this being a UIOP function. Well, that's getenv. Can we go to the interfacing? Here we go. Set env. You can set up with UIOP. Let's see. Hold on. You should also note that these implementations also provide the ability to set the variables. This includes ECL and Allegro, Lisports, and Clisp, where you can use the functions above together with setf. This feature might be important if you want to start processes from your Lisp environment. You can set f with UIOP get in the Lisp in an implementation specific way. Do we just run it like that? Is this? Have I never actually set an environment variable in Lisp? This does not feel like the case. I know I use getenv a lot. Alright, can we get in and then Wayland debug? Let's see. Wayland debug. But my opinion is that if you have evil code running as your user anyway, it's already Jolver. This kind of is true. This really is the case, as well. I think, yeah, I that's why I'm hesitant to say that, like, you know, X11 is a, like, negative thing. I feel like this is something that we would set it to 1, I believe. Can we actually run this in the REPL really quick? Simple string. Okay, exciting. We do have to set it to string 1. This is. And what happens if we get in? Oh, we probably just have to run get in on that, like, directly. Because I don't think this is actually setting it. Unmatched. Okay. Okay. Oops. Let's see. Oh, we are setting it. Okay, hell yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, let's see if we can actually get this to do what we need it to do. Oh, oops, I forgot to set a string here. Let's see. Do we print out debug though? If we don't, this is sad. But perhaps might have something to do with like the way the formatting works. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that we do. What happens if we run this straight in there? Okay, so that's set to 1. So can we just run it straight up like, oh, unbound? Okay. Can we just pop all of this in there? We'll go ahead and pop all of this in here, and then we're going to set F this, and then we'll do a round trip. And let's see if... No, we do get a response back, 56. I think that's the number of clients that we have or the number of like objects. If I remember, it's the count. It is the... But we're counting 2 extra. Oh, that's probably the registry and everything. Okay, so I guess we can't print debug information in the REPL. We can probably do this in... Can we go back to eat? Alright, and then let's go ahead and cd into tests and we're gonna want to load this file first. Load and then big bug. Documents documents wavement tests data small out dot lisp. Okay, perfect. Can we run this as a script? Can we just straight up run this as a script? I think script is the one you pass. I never run SVCL from the command line. What the hell? Package UI op does not exist. Hold on. This is kind of what the hell. It certainly does exist. Alright, let's go here. Test data and then line 2 column 20. This seems fucked up. Yeah, like we can just straight up run it in SLY. We probably what we have to do is just SBCL and then Oh, we're not loading the ASD. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Let me out of the stack. Thank you, thank you. That, yeah, that seems about right. Stack. This is, I get buried in like I get buried in the like I get buried deep into the whenever I run it on the I don't understand a single thing that you're doing. I am trying to remember how to Lisp currently. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It has been, you know, the tides of Haskell and C have eroded the parts of my brain that were once familiar with this. But right now we are um we are adding in the import file essentially, because, or we're loading the import file, or the system file, because I think that we're bugging out because I forgot to load that, and SVCL does not know it exists. ASDF does not exist. Okay, beautiful. Oh, this is, I think this is a case of do we have to do all of that? What the hell? Oh, okay, so this is just a load call. And then we do load system. Alright, so is that the steps I would need to run this as a script? Okay, that's kind of, there's gotta be a better way. Well, I suppose if this was packaged with the rest of it, that would take out part of the equation and you could just load the system, but why the hell does... Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, okay, so it does work. Can we... Wayland debug equals 1. Alright, let's see if we can put all the pieces together there. Wayland debug equals 1. Aha! Okay, we got it. We got it. Alright, so it was just a SLY issue. But yeah, this was the adventure of trying to print out the debug information. Yippee indeed. So I wonder if we can take a look at this. This is the queuing information. It looks like. Yeah, this is for the event queue, I think. If we go into source right here, if we go into the CFFI, I believe you live in it is not in here. This is server, I think, then. This is server side. Wraps around the bottom. Okay. Oh yeah, to do. This seems about right. Client? Are we going client style with this? Yippee indeed. Yippee indeed. This is, oh yeah, it is the so this is our like dispatch queue, and I guess these all run in kind of like the, just go the default style. I know that you can do some like working around the queue. I do not know how to do these aspects. I believe that this is not necessarily implemented too much, or like handled too much by like the user of the, I know Wayland Roots really doesn't touch it, but we will not be working with Wayland Roots. We will have to start from the ground up once these bindings are existing. But this is quite exciting. We do have the debug information. It is possible to print it, just not in SLY, which I guess makes sense because it's probably piping to the, or it's like going into the wrong standard out. So we'd probably have to define like an std out file beforehand. Okay, but cool. We can do debugging. And then yeah, this matches. So we have a Wayland registry global. I don't know what the 2 is for. I believe that this is. Well, I honestly I don't know. And we're able to see that it is named number 19. And we have the actual name, and it's. I think 2 is the placement in the, and if we look at the actual, if we go over to the, can we go home? Can we go profile? I think we go include style, Wayland client protocol.h. So if we go to struct, yeah, if we go to Wayland registry style right here, yep, yippee! Hello, Fizzbuzz. Welcome in, Fizzbuzz. Welcome in. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. It is. We're going Wayland. It is Wayland moment. It is a Wayland moment. I'm wondering what this output fully identifies. Like, I know that what we're doing is, because we have the registry here. Hi, I saw the bit of a lisp earlier. Yes, we are back on the Wayland grind set. We are back on the Wayland grind set. So this was generated. This right here was actually generated by the Lisp, and it is. Oh, I should actually probably test the each shell to see if it's conformant to the C output, really quick. Yeah, this was our C output. So the question is, do we have it in a way that is, they seem in compliance with one another? The actual output, no. Like the interface count and everything, no, because that's formatted differently. I could perhaps format it exactly the way it looks here, but I wanted to look. I like new lines. I like new lines too much. I freaking love having things on multiple lines. But beyond that, everything else looks like it is up to par. I wonder what this information we're returning is, though. Is the part that I do wonder about. But this is perhaps for another time. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. We are in the final half hour, and I don't think this one will go on for 3 hours. Sadly, as much as I would love it to, because I was so sleepy after. But what do we do after? So if we are able to bind the globals, what is the next step? Where do we go next? Oh, I have to move the bug a little bit. Registering globals. All right. Let's see. Registering globals with the Wayland server is done somewhat differently. When you generate server, generate server code. Okay, we're already off to a bad start. With Wayland Scanner, it creates interfaces, which are analogous to listeners, and glue code for sending events. The first task is to register the global with a function to rig up a resource. When the global is bound in terms of code, the result looks something like this. Alright, handle bind. This is, if we go into .h, yeah, because our Wayland registry bind is a struct right here, and then it. So okay, yeah. So I'm starting to recall. I'm starting to recall a little bit. So we define like the client-side structures here, of course, and then once they are defined here, can we go back to bind? Where did you live? Yeah, they're defined here, and then if we look into the server code, really these are kind of like pointers to the struct. You have to actually like define them. Although in the case of the server code, you would be having the client already define it. So if we look at the server core, or server protocol.h, and we go to the Wayland output, do we not have handle bind? Well, that's subpixel. Wayland output mode is valid. Oh, the server one is rather verbose. So those are the senders. Do we just have, if we just search bind? Okay. This is perhaps what we call, hold on, let's see. In terms of code, the resource looks something like this. Oh, this is just a sample. Handle bind check client, void data, version ID. I mean, that's what we have right here for handling the registry interface bind. So bind to an object, or bind an object to the display. Binds a new client created object to the server. All right, and yeah, that's exactly what we're doing here. Although this is with the registry, so I think it's just a different object. I don't know if we're actually able to implement the Wayland display create part. This will perhaps be a situation where the code gets written some, but it's not able to be implemented if we're on an active display. Last time I did this, or anytime I've tried really, it just leads to none being created, and then I just have an invalid pointer that gets passed as an error. The error checking for that does need to be implemented, but let's see. If you take this code, for example, and patch it into the server example chapter 4.1, you'll make a Wayland output global variable visible to the global program we wrote last time. However, any attempts to bind this global will run into our to-do. To fill this in, we need to provide an implementation of Wayland output as well. Let's see. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, so this is setting the implementation. Let's see. We do have, so are we calling for user data in the, I haven't looked at the server side code too much, so this is a bit of an unfamiliar territory to some degree. Oh, okay, so these are our senders. Oh, this is exciting. So this is the send global, is related to that. If we go here to global. Alright, so this is where they interact with each other. And then in this one, we are taking an interface. Yeah, we're doing an interface and a resource, which see. Okay, so okay, it's beginning to click a little bit. So this is our listener, and then this one I believe is the resource that is posting the request for global information. And then there's still a lot to explain. So let's take it in one piece at a time. At the bottom, we've extended our bind handle to create a Wayland resource to track the server-side state for this object. So this is the prior code here. Well, this is the server side that we would hook up to it. As we do this, we provide Wayland resource create with a pointer to our implementation of the interface. Wayland output implementation, a constant static struct in this file is generated by a Wayland scanner and contains one function pointer for each request supported by the interface. So if we look at I don't think it's created by created by the scan in what file? Let's see. Well, I know the interface is created, so okay, this is odd. Our Wayland output handle release. I wonder if this is if I'm perhaps misunderstanding this, or if this is no longer like relevant to the current iteration. Okay, I'm running Hyperland as well, which doesn't it has like its own kind of like fucked up Wayland that it like ships with. So I wonder. I don't know, because I know these XDG shell protocols were like being displayed in the output, and those do not exist in the default Wayland. Although I think like everywhere uses them. If we review Wayland XML, we see this interface. The geometric event describes geometric properties of the output. The event is sent when the binding to the global output, and whenever any properties change. The physical size can be set to 0 if it doesn't make sense for this output. Projectors or virtual. Who's using Wayland on that? That sounds horrifying. I don't know. Getting a projector to work, I think, sounds rather terrifying. But I guess it does have to. It kind of has to like be a thing that can work. Our responsibility to send this event when output is bound. This is easy enough to add. So they're doing add to list. I'm unfamiliar with this one. But we can just rgrep it? Alright, rgrep, thank you, and then add the list. Alright, let's see. No match is found. Okay, this is somewhat terrifying. Yeah, because this seems to be a function that is assumed to exist. What if we do the classic of all right, what is the where do you live? Here? Is this where we want our things set up? Let's see. Can we RG add to list? Oh, so they're perhaps just assuming that this is. I think they're perhaps assuming that you have implemented this function yourself. Assuming here, like, I believe some sort of, I would say, linked list style setup, which I guess would make sense with the overall way that Wayland works. Like, I know we have this with the, if we go to util, can we just Wayland util? My state. Oh, yeah, this is perhaps right. Okay, yeah, this is. Can we look at the Wayland list? Because that's kind of like how I think Wayland itself is implemented. Is we have a like we have double. These things are kind of sick as hell. I'm not gonna lie. They were somewhat interesting to implement in Lisp because like Lisp obviously has like implicit support for lists, but the issue was that trying to replicate the structure so that we could have pointer access, doubly linked list on occasion. Yeah, it's I can so the implementation of this is if we go to documents, if we go back to Wayland's source, Lisp util. So this is, I think this is probably like the most mature of like the pieces of the program I have set up. The autogen is what I've been working has been taking the most time because like trying to read C code, figure out the way it would, like translate to Lisp, and then creating a program that can like auto generate a file based on the XML parsing of it. It's a lot of moving parts. Which yeah, this is the case. There is a it has like quite a few like methods of access. Like if we actually look at the util.h, there's like ways to insert like lists and then list itself. This one is rather cool. The Wayland container of will tell you, if I remember correctly, oh god, yeah, oh god, kind of is the case. This one had to be implemented by hand because I can't do FFI calls on defined statements, which, yeah, it kind of bended my brain a little bit whenever I was first reading this. I think Clonk was on one of the streams where I was looking over this the first time and mentioned this looks like some like a kernel hacker like style macro, and I was like, I mean, I perhaps that does make sense. Or well, that definitely makes sense, I guess, with Wayland. But yeah, this one is used like a lot. Is the issue like it's used a lot. Like if we go here, if we go to what are you called? What are you called? Wayland libraries. That's Wayland Free Public Library. What Why am I drawing a blank on this? Why am I drawing a blank on this? Sway. If we look up Sway, not Microsoft Sway. That sounds. Oh, Wayland Roots. Okay, that's it. That's it. I was like, what are you called? What is the name of the thing that I'm remembering? Like, this is how I got into the Wayland type thing. Like, if we go to examples, also they have a somewhat insane looking cat.c right here. I really don't know what this is supposed to do, and I don't know if I'm supposed to know or not. I wonder if this is just a supporting document of sorts. It's cat text. I'm unfamiliar with this. Perhaps it might be the issue. Cat text. This does not ring a bell. Uh, oh, wait, that's sick. Okay. Okay, that's kind of sick. Okay, that's really sick. Um, yeah, if we go to, I think, is this where they have Tiny Wayland? If we just look up Tiny Wayland, Tiny WL. Are they still maintaining this? Tiny, here we go. Tiny WL. Yeah, I think it's just an example. I've never seen like actual Wayland code like use this. But like if we look here, we do a lot of this is kind of one of the backbones of um well, handling events is always kind of like checking the containers. It's rather, but this is the one I was thinking of. This is the one of the list iterators for doing an operation on each member of the list, which is somewhat of a, I don't know. Reading this, like it took me a moment to, it took a moment for me to wrap my head around it. I think, but it's you know, I think it's basically just it's like a weird kind of fucked up map car to some degree. You know, I wild. But they have the list. There are arrays as well. You don't see these as often, I think, because they are not um, as easily like traversed. I think, but they are dynamic arrays, and they work somewhat similar to the list. Like they have all the same ways they can work. I don't. Do we have even in this uh arrays should be easier to work with. I think it. Yeah, I think that this. I'm not necessarily sure the reason. That's just a normal C array with a wrapper for managing things. Let's see. Oh, it's probably due to the like. Okay, yeah, I guess this explains it. It's for the smaller allocations. Type inside. Oh, okay, yeah. The for each. Why only for small though? This is something I actually don't know. This is something that I haven't encountered like using the arrays. If we look at the array tests though, we might be able to elucidate something about it. What does the realloc on this array look like? That would perhaps be in Wayland array add. So let's go to source util.c, and then let's look for All right, let's see. Scaling by a factor of 2. Yeah, I think. I mean, that's isn't that what GCC does as well? Is like for memory reallocation, they do a factor 2 scaling. Everything, everything does this. I, I thought that, I thought that like it's easy enough and not bad. I guess that is true. I thought that I think there was something that used like a 1.25 or something. Oh no, I think yeah, that's at 1.65 sounds like no, I think this is the thing with like Rust was doing one like trying to like switch to that and then didn't. Am I misremembering this? Rust only does 2. I may be misremembering this. I may be yeah, this may be a misremembering, or was it Go perhaps? It was. I think it was one of Go had something weird with it, but I'm trying to remember. Unless there was drama I missed. I do wonder now. Can we actually check that? Let's see. I don't think it's gonna be findable by like searching it. By improving cache locale. I think perhaps then the issue would be this or this point here where they note that yeah, while construction does not require all elements to be of the same size, using a for each does require all elements to have the same type and size. This this might perhaps be the case because the like Wayland list is like where everything like every I think everything is kind of held together in the linked list for like if we look at this like we store like multiple things inside of the Wayland lists and then store the link. I guess that does work, but you can just sort of smush random user supplied data into a linked list. Yeah, there. Yeah, I don't. I want to find out if there's like an implementation of the array now. Anything major? I think the issue as well is that everything uses Wayland roots, so you're kind of bound to whatever like API they expose for it also, which causes some limitation, which is part of the reason why I didn't want to target it, and I wanted to target Wayland a little bit more directly because I was like, it would be interesting to see like going from the ground up what you're able like a different way of viewing things, I guess. But also because it's fun. Yeah, can we see what might? Although I think that here we go. Array for each. Yeah, I think that the for each portion might be where the issue lies. What are we looking at? Note Wayland output geometry is shown here for illustrative purposes, but in practice, there are some special considerations to use. Should this be incrementing a pointer? And I think the issue with that is like the variable like type sizes or like the sizes of various types in the array, because if we like the thing about the Wayland list is being able to store like all the different structs in it. and then like kind of like their like like their like individual routine pointers to their individual routines. I think like whenever I look at it, the a lot of the Wayland code is just it kind of it's like implementing like a kind of you know I mean I guess you see this like in a good deal of like C code. I think it's one of those things that as they say like is a common design pattern, but the like opaque structures and using them as objects of sorts, and then the user themselves have to supply the methods on that object. Is kind of at least the client side. And I wonder if it's because of the object storage that they aren't able to use the arrays for this. But let me move this. I'm gonna sit right here for the last. Oh, we're in the final moments, as they say. But uh, I think that let's see. Apparently, the whole point of this system is to display information and receive their feedback for additional processing. I want fancy monitor 901 4K HD 120 hertz no scope. Oh, no scope. I miss no scope days. I was you know I think this is what whenever I was talking about having Joker like thoughts. Uh Oh, that was an example on the last page. Wait, what? Wait, what? Um. Wait. Oh, they're adding humor. They're adding humor into this. Well, they've been doing that. Like adventure to, if we adventure toward, can I get the? Oh, here we go. I think this is everything. Can we go to warmer? Yeah, the hardware. I I thought it was all like a no scope joke in there is kind of insane because like look at this. A typical computer is equipped with a few important pieces of hardware. Outside the box, we have your displays, keyboard, mouse, and perhaps some speakers and a cute USB cup warmer. There are several components inside the box. Your keyboard and mouse, for example, are probably plugged into USB ports, which your system has. Your displays are plugged in, and my mom had a USB when she worked her office job. Are these a thing? Are these like is this a thing that is this common? I have um never like contemplated having a USB cup warmer. Or it's simple, but like is this like are they it keeps coffee slightly warmer. This is perhaps because this might perhaps be because this is just the case of me being a freak, but I drink all of the coffee over the course of 10 minutes. Like the moment it will not burn my internal organs, that thing is gone. It is chug jug in a way, I guess. I'm kind of shocked. I drink I drink a lot of coffee. I drink perhaps too much coffee. Some would say. I say there's no such thing. Uh, Forget it existed the moment you set it down to cool. I do that with tea. But this is a I do that with everything but coffee, I guess. So this is like the I guess the coffee lore. I drink coffee once a day at the same time, probably every day, like which is as soon as I wake up, like I feel like it's this yeah the caffeine. I've been drinking coffee since I was 4 years old. Because whenever I was four, my grandmother would make me coffee and give me coffee. And so I developed a bit of a caffeine dependency at a very young age. At four, this is the case. And I used to like I remember shout out grandma indeed. That is not healthy. This this is probably the case. This is right, but it's been flowing through my bloods from like a very early age. A very early age, and I remember at one point being like, I'm going to. I This was in college, I believe. I was like, I'm tired of being tethered. I am going to go decaf style. I'm going to go decaf style, and I think I went 3 days without coffee, and like by the time I got through the third day, I was like, it's not worth it for coffee. It's like for a caffeine for caffeine, it is not worth the struggle to try and go without. And uh, Instructing your coach to assume the temperature carefully selected to. Oh, is this what I was looking for? Lawsuits? Is this? Yes, yes. See, we have humor, but it's very, it's very it's very. Hello, Brighter Malfon. Welcome in.
I'm just okay being bald. It's not really that big
well,
of a deal.
welcome in, Brighter Malfon. You know, you're here. Dry British humor. This is the case, but then we have fucking no scope. We have no scope. Hi, Mal Space Fawn. I miss you. How are you? How are you doing? I am doing quite well. You have caught me in a you have caught me in a moment. I was thinking of this. I was thinking of this prior, which is, yeah, I was thinking of this prior, which was I was going to. The plan was, because I know you stream like from 6 to I believe like later, but this might perhaps just be a Friday thing. So I wanted to read into you and say, "Hey baby, what that mouth do?" But like MALPH. I wanted to say that, but the opportunity has been missed because you are here. So I will just say it now. Well, I must say it now. You already know. I think it's a bit of an evergreen bit. If you think this is gonna stop, because I think that from stream times I can never actually raid into Malfon, which is somewhat disheartening because that would be a fun raid. But weekdays I've been ending earlier. Okay, yes, this is rather, but this is an evergreen piece. You will, whenever I am watching you play video games, and perhaps being humorous, and you'll know I'm there. You'll know by my calling card a message pinned with the term "a baby, what that mouth do." I was having a whole argument about Twink Death. It would have fit in perfectly. Oh, Twink. Oh, this is exciting. What the mouth indeed. This project was written in Emacs Lisp. Oh, that's oh wait, Crazy Kid, are you going eLisp style? Are you going eLisp? Oh, add? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, add. Oh no. I've written a singular line of Emacs Lisp. Oh, are we in add hell? This is exciting though. Welcome to the land of Lisp. We will say this we will do it number style too, just like the name. Can we do how do you do numbers? Welcome to. And then after this, I believe we must end. We must depart.
Vim is for dark. Emacs is for the enlightened.
Oh, in NeoVim. Oh no. Let me. Oh, this is forever typing out. What do they call this? Is this like elite speak? I believe used to be the term. I don't know if people still say this. Or I don't know if this is still a term, but welcome to the land of Lisp. Welcome indeed. You know, like lead speak. Like if this were a thing, and you know, like if streaming software and game development, I don't think we wrote like 4 lines of code today, but it still counts. It still counts. We read a lot. You know, like if this was happening in like 2008 or I think it was 2012. Is that the one that everyone talks about? Like the era of Xbox 360. You just know the name would be something like XXX big, and then underscore book, and then underscore and then of, and then underscore again, and then bug underscore XXX. Like it would be, you know, it would be this. There would be Linkin Park playing in the background, because we had not yet entered such an era of like DMCA strikes. There would be Linkin Park playing in the background. You know, we would not be doing software. We would probably be doing, we would be gamers. We would be like, you know, we'd be like, what's up? We're back with another episode of like playing Halo 3. What was popular? Like, you know, like playing Halo 3. I'm on my Xbox Live. Big Book of Noita. But this is before. But we are living pre Noita. We were. I don't know what people played back then. You see, back in the day, as they call it, I was playing Spyro. I was obsessed with Spyro the Dragon. I played that a lot. And then Minecraft. Minecraft. Yeah, like, what's up? We're back with another episode of Minecraft. The 1.8 release just dropped. Very excited to see what they have added into the game. You know, whoa, look. So they've added new things. They've added the end lately. Opening up some lucky block. Where's unregistered? You already know. This is, hold on. We have to. This has to be recreated. Can we? Oh, that's Obama. That's Obama. That's not a registered hypercam. Unregistered hypercam 2. All right. Here we go. It ended. Okay. Okay. Oh God. Oh no. I wonder if that's gonna get what's it? Is this the song? Is this the original? Oh my God. That's terrifying. To play that beat. So this is big things coming. That's all I can say. Big things coming. That's all I shall say on that. It kind of goes. Okay, so it does. It really does. It's that one, and then I think of that one Eurobeat thing, like that. I think of that one Eurobeat. I give it 5 big booms. Big books coming. This is exciting. It kind of goes colossal. You know, it's. I think of this. Boom. 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 That's only 3. Oh, 2 more booms needed. This is. Get into chat. Oh, this is true. I must boom. Okay. Okay. We have to end on a high note. We need one more boom. I mean, I have a boom. I have a boom. Boom.
Meteor happens.
Okay.
Meteor happens.
Okay. We did get 5 booms. 5 big booms. All right. It is. I have to go to sleep. But this was, I don't know. This was 5 booms and then the biggest boom. Yeah. This is perhaps how it. This is perhaps how it occurred. How it occurred. You know, that's why they call it the Big Bang, and you know, because it was big. That's why they call it the bazinga. I guess would be the better way. Oh, we still have to honor the Can we dot org to the bazinga SFX. Remember the sketchy ass notepad tutorials about downloading mods from sites that were definitely viruses. Oh yeah, I did this with I went on one of those at a very young age, and I saw something that said I won a free gift card, and I tried to download it, and or like I clicked the link because I was like 7. I was like, hell yeah, free gift card, and no one could use the computer for like a week. No one could use the computer for like a week, and I got banned from using the family computer. I had one that would play techno music. To this day, I don't know how I download, like what I downloaded or how I did, but this persisted for some years. The rest of my computer ran fine. This was like one of my first laptops, and the rest of my computer ran fine, but every now and then it would start playing techno music, and I would check like the task manager and everything, and could not find out where it was coming from, and it would just do that, and then it would do that for like some number of minutes, and it would like slowly do like a slow fade out and would not pop up for another like month and a half, and I'd be like, oh, it's like it happened. I'd be like, oh, it's you know, like I guess it's techno time. I'd wait it out. Let's see. Yeah, that was is it lisp on the stack? Yeah. Welcome, Sandcork. Welcome. Oh, I am happy to see you here. We are about to depart actually, but happy to see you. We do have. So this is Lisp on the freaking Wayland compositor has been the thing of today. So we have you know a tale of two Lisps. We have this, which is Wayland bindings in Common Lisp, but then we have the work on Lisp on the stack, which is if we go into documents and then we go into bug Lisp, it is running on the stack. It is very, very primitive, but we have support for, you know, you can add and you can subtract. You can write a string and then print that string out. You can get an error whenever you try to divide. It's exciting. Lisp Tua, you know, this is the way. We call it Lisp Tua. Somewhat proud managed to track down and eat the malware manually, especially since it was trying to do a bunch of things that would repeatedly replace it. Oh, it was one of the replicating ones. All right. We must depart. We must depart, but we must find out. Hold on. Let me plug the place again. I have been slacking. I've been slacking on this. Thank you, Acer. I've been slacking on this quite a bit. You know, this is I forget that I exist. I forget that I exist, I guess, would be the way to describe it, and that I am communicable. I forget this in the throes of streaming, but you know, if you want to hop on IRC so I know it's real, as they say. Hop on IRC so I know it's real. IRC is fucking amazing. It's quite amazing. But yeah, these are the locales. This is where communication happens. This is where we say things and we post things.
Meteor happens.
Yeah, this is where Meteor happens. But we are going to go somewhere else. we're going to. Who is live? Who do we have that is alive? Oh, Hexadigital is live. I do not. I do not think that we have been there in recent times. So we might perhaps go to Hexadigital. That is on the they or now Teal. We have Teal. Wait, we have Teal now. Is this a thing? Is there? Wait, what? Did I miss? We have Teal. Teal Circ. Does this exist? Wait, does this? Oh wait, Lala is live. Oh, okay. We can't. Hold on. We can't miss this opportunity. Follow list. Oh, we cannot. Oh, there are a lot of people actually. Oh, this is decisions. I wish I could say hi to
I'm just
all
okay
of them.
being bald. It's not really that big of a deal.
I wish I could say hi to all, but I think that for I don't think we've ever gotten a chance to raid Salad before. So we will go there. And since it is, Salad for Rest, we have important questions that need to be answered. We have important questions. The raid message is a simple one, which is Salad, when the Hawk Tua interview drop? We have to know this. It is this. It is or for us. Salad or for us. When the Hawk Tua interview drop. It has to come. It has to come soon. But yeah, we will be there. We will be there. And I will certainly be saying this. All right. But thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for hanging out, as they say. All right, let's go. Let's what do they say? Autobots, let's roll out. Like Bug Zone, let's roll out.
Yeah, what